Can we get off the mom jokes now? Because I just got off of yours.
Do you want a cup of tea?
You'd better come here right now and eat me like the book says.
What do a PP and an ego have in common?
Every man swears his is bigger than average.
Last night as I was climbing into bed, she said, "You're drunk." I said, "How do you know?" She said, "You live next door."
Hi, can you please call me a taxi?
Fucking hell, you look more like a bus.
What's the difference between love, true love, and showing off?
Spitting, swallowing, and gargling.
Why are you washing your fur at midnight?
Because somebody put your spicy hot sauce in the chili. My whole backside saw God.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
You've been reading our marriage certificate for over an hour, yeah?
I was looking for the expiration date.
Inspector told me my work was below grade. I said, "So's your wife's taste in men." And judging by her face, she's seen a few basements. An old woman walked into a dentist's office, took off all her clothes, and spread her legs. The dentist says, "I think you have the wrong room."
The old woman says, "You put in my husband's teeth last week. Now you have to remove them."
When your wife says, "Correct me if I'm wrong," do not, under any, and I mean any circumstances, correct that woman.
Darling, according to my weight and height ratio, I should be 9 foot and 6 inches, so my weight is okay. It's my height that's the problem.
I know 4 fat people and you're 3 of.
Do you guys have a sauna here?
Every treadmill turns into a sauna when you're on it.
Why do women rub their eyes when they wake up?
Not sure.
Because they don't have balls to scratch.
I told my wife women drive slow. My wife said, "Yeah, men pull out before checking if anyone's coming."
9 years ago, I asked my high school sweetheart, my best fucking friend, and I mean the most beautiful woman in the world, to marry me. All 3 of them said no.
How is marriage like a deck of cards? At the beginning, all you need is 2 hearts and a diamond. By the end, you're looking for a club and a spade. Before drinking, eat liver. That way the alcohol gets confused and doesn't know which liver to attack. Boom, biological misdirection. How does a woman scare a gynecologist?
I don't know.
By becoming a ventriloquist.
Coworkers are like Christmas lights, and they hang together, but half of them don't work, and the other half aren't so bright.
Give it to me, my wife yelled. I'm wet, give it to me now. She could scream all she wanted, but I was keeping the umbrella. You ready to get some of this?
God damn it, back up off me with your old ass. Take your behind to the outside of the bed and shut that light off.
You are not qualified to fly this aircraft. Please land immediately. It's okay.
I have a CDL with hazmat endorsement. I think I can fly an airplane.
What's the difference between a wife and a dog?
Not sure.
After a year, the dog still gets excited to see you.
If you enjoy our shit, leave a follow, comment, like, and share. It truly means a lot.
Woo!
What are the difference between a party and a one-night stand?
One leaves you with memories, the other leaves you questioning your life choices.
You've been here a long time. I remember when your hair was brown.
It's amazing how you can remember how I looked when I first started putting this order in.
My wife looked at me, dead serious, and says, "I look fat. Give me a compliment." I just looked back and said, "You have perfect eyesight."
I can't lie. There is nothing more beautiful than a sunset. Except, like, a really nice pair of titties.
If this was firm, you wouldn't need panties.
If this was firm, I wouldn't need batteries.
What does my toe and your wife have in common?
What?
I bang both on the table.
If sex is a pain in the ass, then you're doing it wrong.
3 rules of getting older. 1, never pass a bathroom. 2, don't waste a hard-on. And 3, never trust a fart. Why do women's underwear have flowers on them?
Why?
In memory of the faces buried there.
Realize that a good wife will be with you through all the bad times.
But it's just to remind you that you should have listened to her every time.
What is your biggest weakness?
I can be uncomfortably honest.
Yeah, I don't think that's a weakness.
I don't give a fuck what you think.
Whoa, you're hired.
Fuck you, your tie looks like shit.
How much do you love me, honey?
Look up in the sky and count how many stars there are. That's how much.
Babe, it's 9 a.m. There aren't any stars.
Here's my resume.
I'll be right back. Sorry, I had to relieve some pressure.
Dad, what's an alcoholic?
See those two trees? An alcoholic would see 4.
But Dad, there's only one tree over there.
Exactly.
Hey, Yeti, what's the difference between a hippo and a zippo?
What?
Well, one weighs a ton, and one's a little lighter.
Hey, what's the worst thing you could possibly do at a funeral?
The corpse.
Honey, I think we should have a nice, peaceful weekend.
You know what? You're right. I'll see you next week.
When does a joke become a dad joke?
When?
When it leaves you and never comes back.
My lesbian neighbors got me a Rolex for my birthday. I guess they misunderstood when I said, I want a watch.
I heard Santa might be a little late this year because a reindeer stepped on his foot. Luckily at mistletoe.
Mr. Toe.
For someone meant to be funny, you're just relief when you leave. Says the guy whose best trick is tripping.
Mama, last night my blanket ran away again.
It didn't run. Someone kicked it like a football. A certain cutie who says he never wakes up.
We want 20 buckets of fried chicken.
Cash or card?
Card, of course. We're paying with EBT.
You're famous. Any plans for marriage or kids soon?
Why would I want to deal with child support when I can barely afford the rent in this city?
My wife told me to take the spider out instead of killing it, so I did. Had a few drinks. Pretty cool guy. He said he works in web design.
Yesterday I was walking in the city and this lady stopped me. And she's like, "Excuse me, I'm raising money for cancer." I was like, well, this is awkward.
Well, not everything has to be big to make headlines. You'd know all about that, Patrick. Now let's check in on the week.
Remember this, when us old folks say enjoy them while they're young, we're talking about our knees and hips, not your damn kids.
What type of plane has 3 cockpits?
The what?
The one with 2 female pilots in it.
Young woman, why did your crush block you?
Because you sent a voice note breathing like a motorcycle starting. She thought her phone was haunted.
A guy goes to a Halloween party with a girl on his back. The host asks him, "What are you?" The guy says, "I'm a snail."
Sir, it says here that you have an outstanding balance.
I appreciate that. I did a little gymnastics in high school.
What do you get when you cross a vampire and a snowman? Frostbite.
Why are men and linoleum floors alike?
Lay them right the first time and you can walk all over them for years.
You ever sit down and instantly regret your life?
Yeah,
When I sat on the bear trap labeled
not a bear trap. What's the adult version of Truth or Dare?
honesty or therapy.
Told my wife she's like fine wine. She said, I get better with age? I said, no, you give me a headache and I regret you the next morning.
My wife says I never take her anywhere expensive anymore. I said, "Get in the car, we're going to the gas station." She didn't find.
I once kissed a pine cone for science. Still not sure what science I was testing.
Hooked up a car, sneezed, and accidentally lifted it way higher than OSHA would approve of. Looked like a low-budget UFO abduction.
I was doing the deed like math. You add the bed, subtract the clothes, divide the legs, and pray you don't multiply.
A tourist asked if I was the real Bigfoot. I said no, then charged him double for misidentification drama. Carved a pine cone into a tiny Bigfoot statue and gave it to Yeti. He said it looked like a hairy acorn. We fought.
I once towed a car, lost the car, found another car that looked similar and hoped no one noticed. Uber driver Jerry noticed.
What's the difference between your ex and a bowling ball? You can only fit 3 fingers in a bowling ball.
Why are you making an apple turnover? Push it downhill.
I once towed a guy's truck while he and his girlfriend were arguing inside it. Free entertainment, A&D a paycheck.
My girlfriend said she wanted me to talk dirty to her in bed. So last night I told her about the time I forgot to take the trash out.
Why did the skeleton go to the barbecue?
Oh.
to get another rib.
I told my wife I wanted to spice things up with some role play. She dressed as a nurse, I dressed as her gynecologist. We haven't spoken in 3 days.
I towed that guy's truck not because it was illegally parked, but because he called me Chewbacca 5 times. Wrong furry, buddy.
What did the elephant ask the naked man? How do you breathe out of that thing?
I was listening to the radio today. They said New Yorkers really know how to use their horns. That must make them all horny.
What's 6 inches long, 2 inches wide, and drives women crazy? $100 bill.
Why do hamburgers go to the gym?
No clue.
To get better buns.
Why don't eggs tell jokes? They'd crack each other up.
Why do men snore when they sleep on their backs?
Tell me.
Because their balls fall over their butthole and create a vapor lock. What's worse than waking up with a pecker drawn on your forehead?
Tell me.
Finding out it was traced.
What is the difference between medium and rare?
I don't know.
6 inches is medium, 8 inches is rare. Why did the Oreo go to the dentist?
Not sure.
Because it lost its filling.
I ain't proud, but I once used a pine cone as deodorant. Smelled like a musky Christmas tree for 3 days.
What is the difference between ooh and ah?
I don't know.
About 3 inches.
What do you call a mobster who's buried in cement?
Not sure.
A hardened criminal.
Why don't some couples go to the gym?
Not sure.
Because some relationships don't work out.
Put a GoPro on my helmet last week.
Finally get proof you exist?
Nah, just 45 minutes of me yelling, "Stop filming my feet!" Why did the banana go to the doctor?
Tell me.
It wasn't peeling well.
What's your dream car?
Any car that actually starts.
That's not a dream. That's just called functioning poverty. What's the difference between a pecker and a bonus check?
No clue.
Someone's always willing to blow your bonus.
Your Ring camera caught me in a pilgrim hat twerking on the hood of your Subaru. Happy Thanksgiving.
Why does your bike smell like freezer burn?
Why does yours smell like wet dog and trauma?
There's a new Viagra and prune juice diet that's out.
Unfortunately, you can't tell if you're coming or going.
What's the difference between an illegal and ET?
Tell me.
ET learned English and went home.
He stole the job site radio so he could play sensual snowstorm music. Whole crew got confused and slightly concerned.
Used the mall fountain as a bidet because the sign didn't say I couldn't. Had an audience. Talk about being weirded out.
Crane guy grows weed in his mom's basement. Electrician's banging the surveyor's wife. Safety inspector takes bribes. You're all gonna die when this bridge...
Yes, I wrote Plow Daddy on the blade with a Sharpie. No, management does not approve, but I do.
Why isn't there a pregnant Barbie doll? Because Ken came in another box.
You know what a 6.9 is?
No clue.
Another great thing ruined by a period.
Still together after all the crap they've been through.
I don't know.
Your butt cheeks.
Why do hikers always run from me?
You're 8 feet tall and naked. Imagine someone like that barging into your living room.
Sasquatch.
You're basically a raccoon that skipped leg day and hit puberty too hard. Hey, Yeti. Nice grip on that pipe, yeah?
I get plenty of practice with big, stubborn things.
Funny, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Quit watching and grab a tool.
What did Cinderella do when she reached the ball?
I don't know that one.
She gagged. Why did the Mexican chicken cross the road?
Why?
To show the gringos how it's really done.
How do you get a squirrel out of a tree?
How, bro?
Pull down your pants and show them your nuts.
I went into a gas station and asked for $5 worth of gas. The clerk farted and gave me a receipt.
Rub-a-dub-doom, I'm a fuzzy shampoo typhool. If I slip one more inch, they'll need a forklift soon.
I told her I wanted to park somewhere scenic. She didn't know I meant her yoga shorts.
You know you're lucky to have me around. You know why I love working with you? Because now I finally know what disappointment looks like in HD.
My wife suggested we should try some role reversal in bed, so I told her I have a headache.
My wife said she wanted more adventure, so I left the blinds open.
Said my pipe work was sloppy.
That's what your ex said too.
At least I still get the job done.
My ex wanted to get back together. Oh, you miss me? That's cute.
So does diarrhea.
The neighbors asked if we wanted to join their potluck. I misheard and showed up naked. Never again.
Smell like hot drywall and bad decisions.
At least I smell like work, not whiskey and broken dreams.
What comes after 69?
70?
Mouthwash. What do you get when you jingle Santa's balls? A white Christmas.
I swear, officer, I was just trying to escape my mother-in-law.
I understand. Mine's a grizzly.
Knock, knock. Who's there? Cow says.
Cow say who?
No, cow say moo. Bro, knock, knock.
Who's there?
Daisy.
Oh, Daisy who?
They see me rolling up. Bro.
So, did you wash your pants with Windex? Because I can see myself in them.
Baby, I had a dream that you brought me $300 shoes.
Well, go back to sleep, darling, and find some cheaper ones.
Banks should really do a better fucking job keeping their ATMs filled. This is the 5th one I've been to saying insufficient funds.
When I was a kid, bedtime was 9 p.m. and I couldn't wait to grow up so I could go to bed whenever I wanted. Turns out, it's still 9 p.m.
What's the best way to watch a fly fishing tournament? Live stream?
You want this wiener?
Are you praying for a safe flight?
No, I'm praying for extreme turbulence. Where did you get all that mud?
Working hard fishing or napping in the creek?
What does the sign on an out-of-business brothel say? Beat it. We're closed. Asked Alexa to play something romantic.
What did she play?
The sound of my ex packing her stuff.
What do you call a bra you can't take off?
I don't know.
A booby trap.
I'm making a list.
Should I apologize now or after reading it? You hear they made a chewable Viagra?
What's that do?
Now you can get a stiff jaw and something else.
What the hell you been doing today, Lou?
I've been busier than a damn cucumber in a women's prison.
Thanksgiving and Christmas should be 6 months apart. It's crazy to see those people again so soon.
Insane.
Well, sir, looks like you got a classic case of retina rectatus. What the hell is that? That's when the nerve from your ass to your eyes gets crossed and gives you a shitty outlook on life.
Smith, why do men fart more often than women?
Because women don't close their mouths long enough to build up pressure.
John, you know what is the worst thing that can happen in a prostate exam?
What? What?
Feeling 2 hands on your shoulders.
Goddamn, Faye, you on your 3rd plating.
And you on your 3rd fucking husband.
Your mama and daddy gotta be related.
Yo, mama's so fat that when she sat on an iPhone, it turned into an iPad.
Yo, mama's so stupid she went to the dentist to get Bluetooth.
2 84-year-old guys talking to aches and pains. The other says, not me. I feel like a newborn baby. No hair, no teeth, and I just peed myself.
Did you know women only fart in front of men they love? If you don't hear her fart, you don't have her heart.
You know Santa's been reading all of y'all's posts all year long. Most of you are getting Bibles and dictionaries.
How's the dating game going?
Tinder is for rookies.
Go to Marketplace and search wedding dress and boom, divorced women.
Yep.
And you can filter by size. On my way to HR again for nicknaming my coworker MasterCard.
Why?
Because he takes credit for other people's work.
Bro, knock, knock.
Who's there?
Atch. Atch who? Bless you. Knock, knock.
Who there?
Nana. Nana who? None of your business. Yeti, knock, knock.
Who's there?
You.
You. You who?
You who? Yeti, knock, knock.
Who's there?
Spell.
Spell who?
WHO.
I saw this advert on Marketplace that said TV for sale for £1, but the volume is stuck on full. You can't turn that down.
Finally went on a date. Everything was great till she asked me boxers or briefs. I said, depends. She left.
Last night, my wife said to me, "You look better without your glasses." I said, "Thanks, you look better without my glasses, too." That's how the fight started. I'm sitting at the ER. I don't really want to get into the details, but the Dyson ball cleaner is a very misleading product name.
I have a serious question for everyone. If ketchup didn't exist, what the hell would you dip your fries in? Drop your answer in the comments, let me know.
Gladys, I woke up this morning with 5 peckers.
Well, how do your pajamas fit?
Like a glove.
Whoever came up with the idea that engines should shut off at stoplights can eat a bag of dicks.
My wife asked me if I could clear the kitchen table. I was so offended, dude. I needed a running start, but I made it. You should have seen her face.
A wise man once said, if a mosquito lands on your ball sack, you finally understand that not every problem can be solved with force.
What do you call a deer with no eyes?
No eye deer.
Correct. What do you call a deer with no eyes and no legs?
Dunno.
Still no eye deer.
Life's like a pecker. Sometimes it gets hard for no reason. But you can bet it won't stay hard forever.
Remember this. When us old folks say enjoy them while they're young, we're talking about our knees and hips, not your damn kids.
What did the janitor say when he jumped out of the closet?
What?
Supplies!
Doctor, there's a patient here to see you who claims to be invisible.
Okay, well, tell him I can't see him right now. Loving me is not for the weak. I will have you wanting to kiss me and run me over in the same day.
Tony, your thoughts worry me.
So marriage ain't easy, but I've definitely learned a few things from it. For example, I had no idea there was a wrong way to put milk in the fridge, or screw.
To whomever is watching, I'ma call you Pookie, because you always smell like Dookie.
Why can't you trust stairs?
Why?
They're always up to something.
I took my wife out last night. She said, "Don't you pray before eating?" I said, "At home, yeah. Here the chef knows how to cook."
I'm thinking of dipping my crotch in glitter for pride. Ooh, bitch. Pretty nuts.
Hey, I need your fucking help. I've been stabbed multiple times.
You got insurance or nah?
McDonald's needs a third window so you can trade in all the wrong shit they gave you.
I'm done with edibles. Last night I watched an hour-and-a-half movie on mute and started crying because I thought I was deaf. Quick question. Is it for fuck's sake or for fuck's sake? It's for a work email, so it has to sound professional.
If you're experiencing joint pain, you're probably holding the wrong end.
Oh, knock, knock.
Who's there?
Tumor.
Tumor who?
Tumor month to live. Bro, knock, knock.
No. Who's there?
Maya he.
Maya who?
Maya ha ha. Maya he.
What did the left eye say to the right eye?
What?
Between you and me, something smells. I left my Adderall in my Ford Fiesta, and now it's a Ford Focus.
Strange new trend at the office. People putting names on food in the company fridge. Today I had a tuna sandwich named Linda.
So how are the holidays with the in-laws visiting?
Fantastic. I just told my mother-in-law I was hibernating. See you in spring.
I went on a date with a woman one time and she made fun of me for my color blindness, which is to me a huge gray flag.
What's the difference between like and love?
What?
Spit and swallow.
I want to be cremated.
Why?
It's the only way I can get a smoking hot body.
You're just left with a greasy box to chuck your bone in. Why does Humpty Dumpty love autumn?
Why?
Because he had a great fall.
Why did the balloon apply for a job?
Why?
It wanted a lift in life.
Why did the cow jump over the moon?
Why?
The farmer had cold hands.
Fresh powder reminds me of the Himalayas. Great skiing.
I prefer the sunny Caribbean, but this is nice.
Classic. Why do female paratroopers wear jock straps?
Why?
So they don't whistle on the way down.
I don't understand why in banks pens are always attached. We trust them with our money, and they can't even trust us with just one pen.
How did the pig get to the hog spittle?
How?
In a ambulance.
When things seem especially rough, just ask yourself, did I shit my pants today? And if the answer is no, you're doing all right.
Why didn't the melons get married?
Why?
Because they cantaloupe. What do you call a pony with a sore throat?
What?
A little horse. Did you hear about the Native American who drank 100 cups of tea in one night? Huh? He drowned in his teepee.
If you enjoy our shit, leave a follow, comment, like, and share. It truly means a lot.
Woo! Before you ruin a child's Christmas by saying Santa isn't real, remember some of y'all still believe the people who say, we are from the government and we are here to help.
Where does Batman go to the bathroom?
Where?
The Batroom.
Man, I'll never forget my granddad's last words before he kicked the bucket. He said, "Now let's see how far I can kick this bucket."
What do you call a pig that does karate?
What?
A pork chop.
So I heard this one the other day. Cracked me up. You want to know how you drown a blonde? You just got to put a scratch and sniff sticker at the bottom of a pool.
What is the definition of pure agony?
What?
Fucking a meat mincer.
I'm telling you, this whole winter wonderland thing is highly overrated. The commercialism alone is sickening.
It is quiet, though. Far too quiet.
What do you call a sad day?
What?
When a nymphomaniac says, "Let's just be friends."
I came across my wife's Tinder profile last night. I'm so sick of her fucking shit. She is definitely not fun to be around at all. Lying.
One of Santa's reindeer moonlights by delivering groceries.
He's a door dasher.
My wife finally agreed to her mistake.
For real? What she did?
She says she made a huge mistake marrying me.
Hey, Martha, you know why cowgirls are bow-legged?
No, why?
Cowboys like to eat with their hats on. What's the difference between a pickpocket and a peeping Tom? One snatches your watch, and one watches your snatch.
If a guy remembers the color of your eyes after your first date, well, chances are you have small boobs.
Ha! That was terrible. Why did the Mexican chicken cross the road?
Why?
To show the gringos how it's really done.
For someone meant to be funny, you're just relief when you leave.
Says the guy whose best trick is tripping.
If anyone wants to sponsor me, I'll be running a .002-mile charity race this weekend to raise awareness for laziness.
I don't understand why in banks pens are always attached to strings.
We trust them with our money, and they can't even trust us with just one pen.
If I ever look weird, dramatic, sparkly, or like I committed a parking crime, that's not me. That's the Bigfoot multiverse acting up again.
If anyone wants to sponsor me, I'll be running a .002-mile charity race this weekend to raise awareness for laziness.
For someone meant to be funny, you're just relief when you leave.
Says the guy whose best trick is tripping. If I ever look weird, dramatic, sparkly, or like I committed a parking crime, that's not me. That's the Bigfoot multiverse acting up again.
My wife looked at me, dead serious, and said, "I look fat, give me a compliment." I just looked back and said, "You have perfect eyesight."
How can you tell a macho woman?
How?
She rolls her own tampons.
Thanks for watching, humans. If you liked what you saw, smash that subscribe button, but not too hard. Electronics are expensive. Catch you in the wild.